Hey guys, this is Eukaryote, and I wanted to show you the little project that I've started working on, which is to convert SimCity 2000 maps to Minecraft worlds. So let me just load up SimCity here and show you my starting point. I'm using DOSBox because, at least on Windows 7 64-bit, you cannot even run this program anymore. I think on Vista I could, but we don't use that anymore. Okay, so here is my basic starting map. There's pretty much no construction on here, other than a couple of roads. And I did some interesting terrain features just to sort of help me calibrate the program. So in the bottom left we have a mountain, and the top left we have three sort of canals, and the top right we have one canal, and in the bottom right we have two. So you can tell when you import it into Minecraft exactly which way it's oriented. So to bring it into Minecraft, we need to run a tool that does a couple things. It parses the SimCity 2000 map format, which I couldn't find documentation for, so I've had to sort of reverse engineer the parts of it that I need. And then it uses the Substrate API. I'm doing this all in C#, so I wanted a C# library to write to Minecraft worlds. And on Google Code there is an open source project that does that, and it seems to work pretty well. So thanks to those guys. This is not that hard to do. So my tool basically is a couple parts: a parser for the map file, which reads the SimCity map file into various sections. We have an altitude section, which basically for each tile shows what altitude it is. There's 32 different levels of terrain altitude in the game. There is a miscellaneous section, which is just basically a couple thousand numbers, 4-bit numbers, that mean different things. I don't know what most of them do. There's a couple that I can obviously tell what they do, like how much money you have, so you can change that nice and easily. Another one that is important, I figured out, was what the sea level is. So that's pretty important in the game, because if you set the sea level to say level 5 and your terrain is below level 5, it's automatically flooded with seawater. You can't have terrain below sea level that isn't ocean, so you need that value. What else is there? The terrain section, which is separate from the altitude section, and basically says what the lay of the land is. So it says whether it's underwater, whether it's just plain flat ground, or if it's any of the types of slopes that are in the game. So if we zoom in, for example here, there's slopes of the 4 cardinal directions, and then there's also diagonal slopes that start off, I guess, at a point uphill, and then over half of the slope go downhill, and then there's a flat part at the bottom. And then there's other slopes where the flat part's at the top, and then it slopes down at the end. So all of those are covered by the terrain section. And there's a building section which I've not passed yet. That'll be my next step. That says on each tile what's built there, like roads or commercial zones, all that kind of stuff. So this is just to show you terrain generation. So I run the tool, hit F5. Right now I am doing one tile of the game equals one block in Minecraft. So the SimCity 2000 map is 128 by 128 tiles. So the output of this tool is currently 128 by 128 blocks, representing what the terrain is. So let's load it up and take a quick look. So you'll first notice that this looks pretty crazy. That's just because I have really exaggerated the heights of terrain if it's not flat. This goes up by like 5 blocks for a sort of raise in terrain. That just allows me to really easily see, like look into the distance here and see where the different hills are while I'm calibrating the tool to make sure everything is oriented the correct way. Just because the different sections of the save file describe like altitudes and terrains and buildings, and you want to make sure that the rotations for all the different layers that it tells you about are are lined up properly, so I don't have my rivers sort of at a 90-degree angle to like my terrain heights, for instance. So if we take a look here, we can see that we've carved out of this otherwise very nice looking snowy tree biome a flat and quite boring looking SimCity 2000 map. But you can see looking at the map here that it's pretty much nailed the terrain. You see the big river, and there's like 4 little lakes on the left, and 5 or 6 on the right, plus the little canals. Like there's 3 at the top left, 1 on the top right, 2 at the bottom right, and a mountain at the bottom left. So yeah, we have the mountain at the bottom left. Look in the distance there, you can see 3 canals at the top left, 1 at the top right, and you can just about see 2 canals poking at the bottom left there. So all in all, the terrain is looking pretty good right now. The next step is to scale it so that we have more than 1 Minecraft block representing 1 tile in the game, because this is obviously too small to build on. 1 tile can be a road's width, or it can be it can represent like 4 houses in a light residential zone. So 10 may be too small, but even 10 by 10 gives you a city that is 1,280 blocks squared, which is quite large for a city. You won't be able to see it all in one take, but it will be cool to fly around. So yeah, that's the first cut of my little tool that converts SimCity 2000 maps into Minecraft worlds. Thanks for watching.